Greetings, salutations, good day and hi, you guys and gals, and welcome to the finale of the CorpoCar Season 7 Championship Trail West and East Series. Yeah, both series each have 2 rounds left to decide who will be the champion of their respective series and who will finish in the top 22 in the standings and earn their spot in the World Series in June. First off, let's have a look at the top half of the points table for CorpoCar West. We have Kai Saikota, fresh off of winning this ridiculous race last Friday night at Roebling Road. We're not going there anymore in the VTRP action, just the track is broken. 253 points. Then we have a couple of Aegis Link members, Triggerfish 231, Mayfei 230, 1 point separating the two. Tanya of Idle Court 226 and Snoozy of Sox 215. And notice the cut line. Notice the cut line on the very right. That determines how far they are away into safety for making the world's rosters, or how far to go they are away to achieve safety. So that's why you see Cersei and Usachi Yui on 0 points on the cut line. Yeah, basically in the top 22 at the moment, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. Notice a few names struck out. They are out of the West Series contention, but everyone is still fairly in contention for making the top 22. And it's just too bad a few names from Glitch Stars are out of West Series contention. A lot of Glitch Stars names on the bottom half of the standings. But I digress. Amoria still leads the East Series table, 281, only 17 ahead of Globey's Carrie Kilovolt, 264, with a fantastic win at Ansan to get her first CorpoCar win. The rest of the top 5 are all VNU members. Mizma and Roa, each at 239, with Mizma having the race win tiebreak. And Tomomi Teraya, 224. As we have a look at the bottom of the standings, and quite a few names already out of title contention. Unfortunately, Ko Maria is one of them that won't win the East title. But everyone's still having a shot to make Worlds, provided they have good results here. Anyway, joining me once again in commentary, fresh off of a couple of fun races in the ARO in Holo GT3 and Formula Holo Live International. Let's say hello again to Adak. Hello.
Well, what a nice day for racing. Obviously, we've got some people celebrating Easter, but we have the racing mood still strong here coming into the final 4 races of Corpo's qualification campaign, I would consider it. With the West Series is basically field here, looking at Chicagoland and Portland, the last 2 races of the season, one being an oval and the other being a road course of sorts. 4 is a road course of that. And notice how in the cut line we got as far as Yomi Quinley. Even though she's out of title contention, she does need a string of great results. She needs to finish like 3rd or higher in the remaining 2 races for her to have any chance of qualifying for the World Series. And that is even in the West. And if you look at the East, meanwhile, you have the Tokyo track. We're going to be specifically using the NFS track for Tokyo. And then, interesting visit, though, to Suzuka circuit. And it just so happens to be the finale venue for Hall Live GT3 later this year. But for now, we're going to be dealing with the East Series. So, Dag, we hope you got your... So Tokyo and Suzuka is for the East, and for West it's going to be Chicagoland and Portland. So we're going to go to Chicagoland for round 9 of the CorpoCar West Series' penultimate round of the season, because we're looking at I'm looking at Shabal Tanya, though, very great, very quick, but not so consistent compared to Kaisai Kata, who hasn't been very quick, but has been very consistent, and she does grab a win and a podium. So Dag, it will be an interesting thing to see who will be winning the West title, as well as make the ones who will make the cutoff in the World Series. So Dag, let's hit the low button because I'm very much excited to see how it goes from here.
Yes, we are going to do so. 1.520 miles, 2.446 kilometers, 4 turns, banked 18 degrees at the turns, front stretch 11 degrees, back stretch 5 degrees. Chicagoland, 37 laps, 20 minutes, time limit. 40 drivers will qualify for the race. Let's get into the action and load.
Let's hit the low button because I am absolutely... Oh, man. I mean, I've seen tracks like North Wilkesboro, Rockingham, and a few other tracks get revived. Wish Chicagoland gets revived in the future. And Dag, as we're about to get the field ready, as we have of the 54 cars getting in here, so let's hit the finish session to determine who makes the cut.
On.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Chemical Corset. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Excuse me. I saw Yomi Quinley. Yomi Quinley did not qualify. Enya Ignis has failed to qualify. Lots of the names, though, I do notice that who are already out of title contention, also not making it. They are now out of the World Series qualification. I said Noonish. So many names to ice. Oh, my goodness.
Very barely making the cut for this race. Ooh, a couple of SVP names out of this round.
So let's see who gets pole position from here.
Here we have
and it's Poco Raccoon. Poco Raccoon from, oh dear, 36 in the standings. Grabs pole position here in Chicagoland. So anyways, Dag, as I'll introduce the rest of the starting lineup here. Taiga Toragami starts in second. Mischief.exe EVE starts third with Miwabel fourth. Landfilia fifth with Mia Melania sixth. Mochi seventh. Hiragi Emery eighth. Serena Starstruck and Shabatanya make up row 5. Chikafuji Lisa and Leia Asimov make up 11th and 12th. Hysteria.eve 13th, Niku Nanako 14th, Hanihima 15th, Irie Verde 16th, Mokugo 17th, Nova Aokami 18th, Victoria Valerie 19th, and Tukafish rounding at the top 20. Rina Lynette with Snoozy Chew in 21st and 22nd, Eliza.eve starts 23rd, with Lemmy Licken 34th, Ricky Pope in 25th, 26th. Onwards, it will be Daisy Dandelion and Admiral Wyvenhart and Mimi Majoko in 27-28, Connie Confetti 29th, Tomoe Umari 30th, Stempa Emu Akimiya 31st and 32nd, with Lullaby 33rd, with Utsachi Yui 34th, Bluebed.ev starts 35th, Sun Explosion 36th, Gorogaomi 37th, Cersei Soulstorm in 38th, Meifei in 39th, and Yuri Riri running up the 40-car field. So, out of the way, let's hit the next session because we really don't have a lot of time here. We got other races to fill in.
Yeah. So everyone is set to go. We have once again the Obaki Pam pace car leading the way for everyone on this Easter Sunday. Happy Easter to everyone who celebrates this festive occasion. Let's go racing. Penultimate round of CorpoCar Season 7 West Series.
So, let's hit the race button, Dad. Can't wait to see how it goes here in Chicagoland.
Okie. So...
Alright.
So, it's one of these oval races in CorpoCar on a tri-oval, so expect to see tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of pack racing. Welcome, Chrono. And I'll just again to Chrono, just reporting in. Alright, CorpoCar.
So basically, the idea is in these types of cars, these cars are way faster than the VTF and the Pro 2000 cars, but still slower than the Indy cars. So I will expect some pack racing, but I do expect some more strung out racing because. I do have noticed that these cars are essentially using the same setup as the road courses, so there's going to be lots of downforce on this one. So yeah, pack racing are to be expected. We got 40 cars lining up on the grid. Dag, your call.
Yes, let's do so. Poco leads everyone off to the green flag. Off they go from Chicagoland in Joliet, Illinois.
Ooh, looks like it's already we're starting to see 3 wide action, especially coming in from Mochi, who tries to make a move down the inside line. Oh, you can see here Michelle EVE already getting pretty loose here as everyone already 4 wide. Coming into turn 3 and 4. This is why Mr. Pack Racing, and we get to see front wing falling off. And right now already a crazy start here in Joliet, Illinois' Chicagoland Speedway, and you now get to see Melania trying to defend though. Paco Raccoon had lost the lead here. Now Mischief, who goes down the inside. Shabotanya also trying to hang around the outside. And let's see how it goes from here in 3 and 4, but already we have drivers already suffering from front wing damage.
Yeah, Mischief won at Mosport last Friday night, but is currently below the top 22 as we see drivers losing front wings. Lalabelle, Riri, Tomoe, and Mochi all having to go into pit lane already.
Ouch. So we got Paco Raccoon also out from the out of the cut line. So I do notice here. I just want to check Raccoon's name, and yeah, lots of drivers who are still off of the cut line here. And of course, you mentioned about Mischief winning in Mosport. So just wanted to check the name. So yeah, Mischief did win from pole over there, but she is 117 points below the cut line. So if she does win here, then that's gonna do her qualification campaign absolutely a huge amount of favors here, as we now get to see more strung out racing here in these Indy Lights cars, the Corpo cars. And speaking with Cersei Soulstorm though, already leading this pack of arrowed cars, as it looks like an arrow, as Ricky Poppe now has to shuffle off against Cersei Soulstorm, but now they're being connected by 2 cars. What is this, tandem racing?
Yeah, they think they're racing NASCARs in Daytona or in Talladega.
There you go.
Am I seeing some cars having an issue here, or...?
Yeah, there are some drivers who are already coming into the pits. And remember, you got drivers already having front wing damage in the middle of the pack, which is why you see a lot of shuffling of drivers in the order here. And as you can see, the spin!
Oh, Lisa tumbling. Oh, unfortunate for the Idol Encore member. This just been struggling this month.
Yeah, and if you look at Lisa right here, Chikafuji Lisa having 2 DNQs from the previous 2 stints. Fortunately, she didn't have to deal with the craziness of Roebling Grove, but also she didn't make Mosport. And she is 126 points, or rather, a few points behind on the title contention here. I'm just gonna need to readjust the total counter here, just to know where Lisa is. And Lisa, at the moment, is actually only 26 points behind the cut line. So there's still a good amount of hope for her at the moment, but for now, she is gonna have a troubling moment here, as she might have to say bye-bye to her qualification aspirations to the World Series.
DNF for Lisa. Yeah.
Well, there goes her qualification.
New sound effect.
Oh, God. Anyways, Irie Viridis now leads us, or rather, it's Snuzichu leading Irie Viridis, and they're now going single file here, but now we get to see Mochido peeling in down the inside with no support, and that means she's gonna have to fall down the order while everyone else stays in single file. Reminds me of the late 90s aero package in these restrictor plate races, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Snoozy hoping to give Sox their first win in CorpoCar. Yeah, so far Sox has only just the 1 podium so far, and that's by Snoozy, a 3rd in Bridgehampton in the very first round, and not much since. And as it stands, Snoozy would be the only Sox agency member to make Worlds. Well, unless something happens rest of the way.
And speaking of which, Camisole Corzette, I believe, did not qualify for this race. Yomi Quinley also didn't qualify, so that's their aspirations done and dusted. But looking at Alien Mixture, though, can we check if Alien Mixture is in this race or not?
I don't see her name. It's just
oh
Snoozy
dear.
leading the way. It's just Snoozy leading the way.
Oh, 3 of them already DNQing. That's really, really not the results that we're looking for, as we still go single file though. Forget pack racing though, because we are now seeing more sprung out racing, but we are seeing tandem drafts between Snoozy, Irie Verdis, and Nanako. I haven't seen this in a while.
Oh yeah, the driver of the Mori Calliope car won the ARO race in, I believe, FHI?
Formula Hall
International?
Formula Hall Life International in the Nürburgring. Oh yeah, I will give you an around the grounds news, especially in aero competitions. In Formula Hall Life International, Sven Jensen won a field mileage race where Shazan Reza in the Koseki Bijou number 14 tried to gamble with fuel, but had to pit on the final lap of the race at Donington Park. That was in Split B. In Split A, which was also an attritional race, think of it as this season the ARO's version of the Montreal Holoprix, or rather the Canadian Holoprix, where over half the field just crashed out. And it turns out that Joshua Azurid, which is basically Azur in ARO competitions, managed to grab Mori Calliope's first win in ARO competitions this season, ending a 14-month drought.
Very fine races over on the ARO. Big shout out to them. Real races, realistic races on Assetto Corsa. I highly recommended to watch. Anyway,
Sardines Racing.
Yeah, indeed. Also, I just noticed something. Hi, Psychota is a victim of the race winner's curse.
Yeah. Do notice though she's not even in the top 10 at the moment. So speaking of which, we are seeing a massive beehive of cars though behind. Looks to me, not exactly down the line, but I think outside the top 10 we are already seeing. Oh, speaking of which, here's Chabel Tanya. Where has she been? Because she's not inside the top 10 as it stands here. And you can see here, this is a pack of cars waiting to get crashed if they don't sort out their driving thing. But for now, they're doing very well, though, to keep themselves away from danger.
A beehive of cars, sardines with honey. That's an interesting combination.
Well, we usually eat sardines with, ketchup and, with the usual spicy sauces and things. But, yeah, sardines, anything that includes combining sweet and savory in meals is, well, a recipe for mixed results. But, anywho, Brandon LGL, yes, good morning to you from Chicagoland, as Miyanakumiya is a victim of trackless circumstances. But anyways, we got Irie Verdis and Hima now working together, despite Hima, I believe, not in the lead lap.
Drivers from Videre working with each other. Connie just trying to aid Irie to perhaps a big lead here. And here is Mia Melania of Idol contending with another member of Idol in Polka Raccoon, who was pole for this race.
So right now, Polka Raccoon is gonna stay on this pack here right now. Polka Raccoon now up into second place here, trying to find a way past Irie Viridis, who is already built a pretty decent gap, I noticed, because Irie Viridis is already 5 seconds ahead of Polka Raccoon.
Oh, whoa.
Now down to 4.9 seconds, and this is very unusual given that this is an oval. If you talk about it as in like a road course, it's like a 20-second gap.
And Mew has been stuck in pit lane for quite a long while, only now just getting out 4 laps down.
Oh yeah, Hakumiya not having the greatest of runs though. I do notice that she is around 195 points below the leader at the moment. So we can it's safe to assume that with her issues here, She has been stuck on pit road for quite some time. Her efforts, her qualification hopes have been dashed, unfortunately. Speaking of which, anyways, we are checking the rest of the field. Yeah, Wyvenhart already making her strides here to get herself a few positions here. Snoozy now helping Melania, and everyone here are just going to be aiding each other in terms of providing the pack racing, because I do notice here, yep, we are having pack racing here after all, because you see here, if you're all alone with no help from someone behind, no push from someone behind, then you're going to be struggling for grip. You're going to be struggling for straight line speed. And so you can see here, here's another beehive of cars. It might be borderline 5 wide because you're just saying 3 wide, because I saw someone, actually that's Daisy Denline, I believe, having to check herself up at the exit of turn 4.
Oh man, mischief well below the line.
Ooh, yeah. And speaking of which, Poco Raccoon falling down very, very dramatically as she has been shuffled off from the pack, as we see more of these cars already shuffling left, right, and center for any pocket of air that they can be stuck in behind to stay behind the draft. This shows you again how strong the draft is here in basically these pack racing types of things here, as Sunny Explosion now has to defend against the rest of the field here. He has to choose what lane and which one she should stay behind, and right now she's made her decision.
Just stuck where she is in the middle. More 3 wide action.
Oh, you can see here, Melania. But she is under pressure. Yeah, Nanako, actually, I believe it's now close back down to 2.5 seconds. I revered this, and lots of drivers coming into the pits. I kind of noticed, though. I think it might just be me, but I think lots of drivers coming into the pits.
There is the pit stop shuffle. A nice staple of oval racing in VTRP competition. Just a bit of refueling before we see how things go the rest of the way.
And speaking of which, Nakano.
Careful. Careful! Come on.
Oh yeah, that's Irie Verde is already coming into the pits. So much for 2-second gap. And oh my, what's happened here? Starstruck lost her rear wing.
That's what happened right there. And what? Yeah.
No.
And that's yeah. And I pressed replay button, and so the grid is going to be all screwed up. Yeah.
So, anyways, let's take ourselves back into the leader here, Nakano. I believe that's. Oh, I saw lots of debris here. Oh dear.
The wheel has popped off. Oh no. Okay, who got into a disaster? That's Goro. Yeah.
Gorogami, and yeah, that's a splash of car parts there. Unfortunate. But anyways, they should really check on Nakano, because she is the one that's currently leading this race, or rather, it's now Sunny Explosion for some reason.
Pit stop shuffle will do that to you.
So we still have a few drivers yet to make their pit stops, and right now we still have a Lullaby thinking we'll move down the inside, but right now there's nothing to come by as Omari continues to.
Irie is now 30, now in the below 30s when she's been leading for most of the race.
Yep, sometimes racing can be a cruel mistress, as we now see Sunny Explosion now trying to find support from a car with damage here. Sunny Explosion.
Mochi is also out.
Very, very unfortunate here. As speaking of which, we do check on the Sunny Explosion from Glitch Stars Dreamers, who is currently leading this pack of cars. Still ahead of Leia Asimov, who is still running in second, but she is quite a few seconds behind, though. 5 seconds.
Anya goes ahead of Leia, moving up to second.
Yeah. but at the very least, Poco has survived still survived in this race so far. From pole position, she is still in third. So, oh, watch out for the rejoin from Weibenhart.
Bit dangerous there. A lot of pack racing, and we've seen a whole bunch of bloopers. Some of the drivers out of the race already. That big tumble by Lisa, yeah, that's especially brutal.
And speaking of which, Shabaltanya doing I'm not sure. Wait, what position is Shabaltanya is right now? Because she has some great Yeah. So this means that she will thrust herself back into title contention as it stands so far, because Shabaltanya is currently running in fourth, has had 4 DNQs in so far. This is what I mentioned though. Shabaltanya has the pace, and she comes into fifth.
And there's another shuffle. Just great. Just what we need to see. Really late in the race.
Well, yeah, that's what it does to you sometimes. But anyways, we now have Hysteria now leading this field of cars coming into the white flag. She does have some competition, but I think she doesn't have any. She still gets support from Irie Verdes, who knows how to have a fast car here.
And Hysteria
comes in bits.
Yeah. Well, this is awkward.
Well, I've seen worse and I've seen crazier. But anyways, we still have yet to have the leader cross the start-finish line to start the the final lap here and to take the white flag. And based on the timing tower, Leah Asimov is in a serious position to take the lead, as Mischief now may want to spoil that party.
Leah Asimov does go up in front as white flag is waved. Coco second, Tanya third.
Oh yeah, watch out though for Leah Asimov. She might make a move down the inside though, as against Mischief. But I think she's just too far back.
And she is gonna stay out, and she is gonna get the dub in Chicagoland. Leah Asimov is the winner of this 9th round of CorpoCar West here in Chicagoland for Glitch Stars. Congratulations.
And again, usually these wins. Oh! Leah Asimov goes into the side of the track and says, well, my car's dead. But at the very least, she did finish the race in the top spot where it matters. Poco Raccoon also stops on the side of the track. Shabaltanya as well. Well, that's another beautiful milestone. Oh, Outcoming and Mia Melania making contact for good measure at the end of the race. What's going on here?
It's the end of the race. Everyone is free to lollygag, I suppose.
Well, and that's going to be the end of the race here.
Okay, that's going to be the end of the race. Everyone is done. Let's lock in the points and congratulate Leah on the win. Leah, Poco, and Shabaltanya.
Alright, so I'll explain the rest of the field here. Nova Alkami finishes 4th. Remember to add the extra point to Poco Raccoon because she scored the pole position. Daisy Dandelion scored 5th with Nico Nanako 6th. Mia Melania 7th. Hysteria 8th. Mimobel 9th. And Taiga Toragami in 10th. Sun Explosion in 11th with Snoozy Chew 12th. Maimi Mayoko in 13th place. And then scrolling back down into 14th onwards, it is going to be Mischief and then Kuni Confetti 15th, Triggerfish 16th, Stimpak 17th, Lemmy Lechen 18th, Mayfei 19th, and Rinlan Lunette rounds out the top 20. Eliza and Usashi Yui in 21st and 22nd, Mugu Ghost 23rd, Hanihima 24th, Landfelia in 25th, with Ricky Pope 26th. And then scrolling down into
and
Cersei Soulstorm win 27th place with Tomoe Omari in 28th, Bluebell.eve 29th, and Lullabell Lullaby in 30th place. Yuri Riri in 31st with Victoria Valerie 32nd, Admira Wyvenhart in 33rd with Hiragi Emory 34th, Miyu Akimiya 35th with Irie Verdes 36th, Serena Starstruck finishes in 37th with Gorogami 38th, Mochi 39th, and Chikafuji Lisa rounding up the 40-car field that has finished here in Chicagoland.
Irie finished out of the points.
Ooh.
Alright, that's it. Alright, that's it. Get out of here. Goodbye. No,
Ooh.
no, 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 no.
Oh dear. Man. So, as I do want to mention here that racing can be a very cruel mistress, and that's what we're seeing here.
Well,
So,
well. That's like drawing to a 20 and in blackjack and the dealer getting a 21.
absolutely, gut wrenching to see the all this coming down to what we're seeing here, but yeah. So you should get the points logged in, and can we
12th
see
place
the
for
total here?
12th place for Snoozy Choo, so that should be like 28 for her, 28 points for Snoozy Choo, and a bonus point for Poco, so 76. Yeah, that's a second place finish for her, 76 pole, and
All right.
and 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 let's see how it is. Tanya with a 33-point lead, 286. Kai Saikoda. Oh dear, oh dear.
Ooh.
Kai Saikoda down to 253. Didn't qualify for this race. Triggerfish 251. Mayfei 244. Snoozy Chew 243. And
And speaking of which, we would like to confirm to you the names that have officially failed to qualify for the World Series. Mogu Ghost, Yuri Riri, Enya Ignis, and Yomi Quinley, after their results here in Chicagoland, they are now at a position where they cannot earn enough points for them to qualify for the World Series. So they will do their final races if they do qualify in Portland.
yeah, just want to make sure the points. Let's see. Max it should be. Let's see. It should be yeah, should be 023. Yeah, the driver in 22nd. I see the cut line at -9. Should be a bit of a fix for that. Should be a bit of a fix for
Yeah.
that, just to make sure. Just to
But
yeah.
it should be yeah. So yeah, I'm just going to do some slight modifications here.
Yeah, it should be
All
023
right.
all throughout.
Oh yeah, there should that's going to be a fix. We've done the fix for you.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Riri, Enya, and Yomi will not make worlds. It looks like, and
Well, and also, I just wanted to remind everyone about the drivers that have failed to go, that are now out of contention for the West title. One of the drivers who have failed for to qualify, to fail to challenge for the West title, which will be Hysteria in 12 onwards.
yeah, Irie needs to win and get to win from pole to
Pole.
have a shot at the title. And yeah, so let's see how it is.
Actually, no. Actually, just want to remind you, even if Irene Verdes does win from pole, she will draw with Sabaltania, who already has 2 wins. So Irie is already out of title contention.
Okay, let's yeah. So we'll just so well, never mind about that. Let's see. So
And also, I just wanted to remind you, Dag, Sabaltania, Kai Saikoda, Triggerfish, Mayfei, and Snoozy have now officially qualified for the World Series.
So yeah, okay. So yeah, they are going to Worlds. But first let's have a look at the West standings as they are. Tanya with 286. Kai is behind by 33. So needs ninth or better, or 10 from pole. Trigger needs... What would Triggerfish need? 8th or 9th from pole.
Yeah. So
Mayfei needs 5th. Is down 42. Snoozy. 43. Also needs 5th or better.
And then we have Mayoko onwards will probably need a podium finish for them to have a shot of taking the lead away, but it requires results to go their way. So it looks to me that Shabaltanya should have a guaranteed start next race.
Yes, indeed.
So speaking of which, Dak, we should finally take a break here because we do need to prepare for the next race in Portland.
Yes, let's do so. I'll do a bit of math during the break, and yeah, the house always wins. All right. I'll see you all in a couple minutes as I reset my recording and stream. All right.
All right, we'll see you then, and take care.
All right, we're a bit hard-pressed in time, so let's get a move on. We're going to Portland International Raceway.
All right,
Popular IndyCar track, 1.967 mile, 3.166 kilometer, 12 turn, and we're gonna try to endure some slippy and slidey, like it or not. So, and port with possible turns. That's basically Portland International Raceway. Yeah, this track mod calls it Vanport for some strange reason.
So, anyways, this is a track that I should be very familiar with because I have to race in this track a few times already. So let's hit load, Dak. We're now pressed for time, as you mentioned.
Yes, load. Right.
All right. A reminder that 36 cars will make the race. If you're not in the top 36, then you're out of it. If you're Shabaltanya, then you're guaranteed to start the race as championship leader.
Indeed.
So let's hit the finish button.
And
Shabaltanya has the NQ.
No. Yeah. That doesn't count. So let's try that again. Yeah. Whee! And let's try that again. And
Here we go again. Here we go again. Shabaltanya has. Shabaltanya.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know. Let's once more with gusto. 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 too much gusto. It's fogging my mind. No.
Oh dear.
How many more resets do we need? How many more resets do we need? How many more resets do we need? Come on, man. Where is Tanya? Where is Tanya?
Tanya is 27th.
Yes, okay. Maple, not in. Mazu.
Marisa out. Elisa out. Lemmy Licken out. Tokakun also out. Alpha Beta also out. Miyu Akumiya out. Niku Nanako out. Mia Melania out. Camisole Corzette out. Ricky Popeye out. Tomoe Umari out. Taiga Toragami out. Victoria Valerie out. Hysteria out. Usachi Yui out.
And Poco.
And that should be our 36 car field.
Yeah, I think Mia needed to win and Mia did not qualify for this race, it looks like, and
Oh yeah, before we answer questions from Chad here, let's introduce our pole sitter, Nova Alkami. Congratulations with her pole position to cap off the West Series. So Nova Alkami will start on pole with Perry Winkle to second, Snoozy to third, Bluebell fourth, Lullaby fifth, with Enya Ignis sixth on her basically final race of the season, Amira Wavenhart in seventh, with Maimi Mayoko in eighth, Mischief ninth, Lion Fillion 10th, Leia Asimov in 11th, Azaria.eve 12th, Kai Saikoda 13th. 14 goes to Hanihima 14, Yuri Riri 15, Stimpack 16, Connie Confetti 17, Alien Mixter 18, Yena Youngblock 19, Hiragi Emory 20th, Moga Ghost 21st, Irie Verdis 22nd, Daisy Din Lion 23rd, Cersei Soulstorm 24th, Mochi 25th, Rina Lunette 26th, 27th onwards it will be Shabatanya 27, Goro Gaomi 28, Triggerfish 29, Mayfei 30th, Yomi Quinley in 31st with Sun Explosion 32nd, Chikafuji Lisa 33rd, Serena Starstruck 34th, Miwa Bell 35th, and Pokora-kun rounds out the 36 car field on our final race of the West Series.
Okay, so I need to mark down the names of drivers that should be in, hopefully, and Kai is in, starting off 13th. So and Triggerfish is in, starting off 29th. And then where is Mayfei?
Mayfei's down in the bottom 20, is in the bottom positions. 30th.
30th for Mayfei, and is Snoozy Chu in, starting off
in third.
Suzy Chu in third. Mamie is there in 8th. Coney is starting off 17th. Rena Lunette for Stellaverse Pro 26th. I'm pretty sure Mia Melania is a cut. So
yeah, Mia has not qualified for this race. So while Dag sorts out his stuff here, just wanted to remind you all that Shabel Tanya is essentially guaranteed to start here in Portland as championship leader. So the reason we reset it is because Shabel, when we hit the finish session, she was outside the top 36, and that prompted Dag to put in some gusto once again to essentially to ensure that Shabel Tanya properly makes the field. So with that out of the way, we will get to the start of the race. Let's hit the race button because we are running short of time.
Yes, let's do so. At 15-minute race, last round of CorpoCar Season 7 West Series from Portland International Raceway. Nova Alkami at pole. Who will win West and who will make the roster? Everyone is set to go. And you come to 4 red lights, and off to go. Careful, especially about the chicane, the first few turns. Very, very slippery. Here comes the slippy slidey. Yep, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. What we've come to see, an opening bloodbath here. Yes, Yes, look at all these front wings coming off.
Well,
yeah,
I
survived the initial
expected...
onslaught.
Oh, someone's joining in very crazily though. Yes, Domi Quinley now collecting Alkami, who started on pole. Weibenhart already coming off there, off of a very chaotic first corner chicane, slippery and sliding in basically all this. And now we have Leia Asimov taking the lead here in Portland.
From the start of 11th and finding herself up in this nice position. Hanihima in third behind Kaisei Koda, so Glitch Stars, Idle Corp, and Bidere. As we will soon complete the first lap. Go ahead.
And so right now we are not going to remind you all that Leia Asimov is not in a guaranteed position to win this race, despite her leading the field at the moment. If you know anything from sports and motorsports, is that nothing is certain. And even you will get to see some moments that even Hollywood executives will say, nah, this is too crazy to be true. So I will say, even if Leia Asimov continues to lead this race, it is not a guarantee. Speaking of which, let's see what happened on the chicane here. Ooh,
well, we're
Bluebell and
more turning and stuff, and the car is hurt. That is Leia enduring the curse again.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Another Leia win. I wouldn't count on that. This is what I talked about. This is what I mentioned about anything can happen in racing and motorsports and all that stuff. This is what I mean. With Leia Asimov now out. Speaking of which, let's talk about the championship contenders though. Where's Shabel Tanya in all this? Where's Kaisei Koda in all this? Where's Triggerfish and Mayfei?
Well, Tanya is currently 6th. Rena Lunette, needing to win, but is currently 3rd.
Yeah, and right now looking into the rest of the field here, Leia Asimov's aspirations to qualify have now gone into some serious doubt now at this point, with her crashing out. And looking into the rest of the field who are current... Oh, that's Daisy Dandelion, who is currently 7 points below the cut line, and she is not facing in the right direction. I saw more cars actually basically not pointing into the right side of the track. What's happening to Lynette?
No! That ends Rena's title hopes, unfortunately. Needing to win, and of course she won't.
And also I saw another car spinning in as that essentially happened though. Very unfortunate. You see how it goes from here. Shabel Tanya though now has lost her front wing. Yeah, she's at least damaged. She's damaged, but at least she is able to continue. Wait, what's with these cars? I know the track is slippery, but if you're basically drifting in the middle of the track every single time, then questions need to be asked.
Mayfei, up in front, one of the title contenders.
And if she does win, with Shabel Tanya now struggling, this will mean that she has a shot to win the West Series title.
Any other title contenders up in the top 10 or so? Triggerfish, not quite where she needs to be, needing 8th at least, as more cars struggle with the chicane. There's Yena Youngblood touching grass for a bit. Oh, contact with Triggerfish, careful.
Triggerfish, yeah.
Mayfei got to second behind Daisy the Lion.
So right now, Alien Mixture trying to have some racing moments though, as they're about to get lapped out by Mayfei. We get to see Rena Lunette and
Mamie with serious damage.
And we thought one wheel off is already a serious matter. Now we see 2 wheels off. Mayoko isn't gonna go anywhere with those amount of wheels on the car. And Mayfei forcing her way to get herself ahead, but she needs to get past Alien Mixture, and it's very iffy though, coming to the final corner. She does need a good exit though. She wants to stay ahead of Alien Mixture because Alien Mixture is causing some trouble.
Yeah, maybe that also eliminates another driver from title contention in West. Needing third or better. And
Mayfei pirouetting.
Spun around. Oh, that is crazy stuff. Now down to 5th and at risk of being a bit worse, but Azuria is still, also had a bit of an issue. So Mayfei, it remains 5th, and as for Tanya, that's a few names already with incidents. Tanya, way down there in 28.
Not exactly what you need to win the title, but again, we've seen worse here in Portland, especially the lap one. And what's with these curves giving you auto spin? I mean, if that's the case, everyone should not be touching the curves because these curves are absolutely deadly. I mean, if these curves are deadly, then imagine the grass.
And we're supposed to be going to this track in IndyCar late in the season next month. I'm trying to do a bit of a fix with the amount of grip on the tarmac and whatever, just to try to mitigate some of the issues with the grip and stuff and what have you nots.
Someone's being sent into the wall. That is Kai Saikota.
Jesus.
I mean, yeah. And already causing trouble to Mayfei as well. Talk about a very unpredictable race of sorts. Emuri also outside. Weivenhart also there. Shabotanya manages to pass by. While Dag tries to sort out the issue, I am just going to answer a question from the chat box. How come the track is so slippery? It doesn't, because it doesn't look wet. I mean, in rFactor, you basically have this track config where you can adjust how grippy or slippery the track is, and it also applies to multiple various surfaces, because you saw the dark part of the track, that's tarmac, and the lighter part of the track is concrete. And I believe concrete is slightly more slippery than tarmac, and it is adjustable in the track configurations, but I think it is a bit too slippery here on the settings. And as Daisy down the line, pirouetting once again, hitting the curve.
Look out!
And being hit. And that's her out of the race.
Not quite, but just stuck. Cars
and
trying to avoid
going to be under pressure.
More cars hurting.
Yeah, that's just a messy race all around. Triggerfish now trying to get herself in the position. And you can see here more are coming in, and yeah, I really cannot find any more words to describe this because it's all flippy and slidey. Well, are they racing in an ice rink or something?
Triggerfish now perhaps with the upper hand, with a chance to win West. Trigger is in 5th. Mayfei is outside of where she needs to be.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of Shabotanya, down in 22nd.
As we are a little under 6 minutes left here in this race, and a lot has been happening so far. Lullaby. Leading, but
absolutely losing the wheel. And Ignis
away. Careful there.
And Mogogo's also being affected in here as well. Triggerfish right now currently has clear track ahead of her at the moment, but right now if she's able to just pass through with no problem, she should be able to. Triggerfish goes off wide, and
that was close.
Tap.
We've seen
Mayfei.
Several cars go stuck in the tire barrier. This part of the track here. Wow! Careful.
Gaumi having been collected by Mischief. And Weivenhart, Snoozy Chew as well. And there's a lot of things to look into. Speaking of Snoozy Chew in 5th place, never mind. So Kai Saikota's out of the race. She is not going to compete in this title fight any longer. Rena Lynette no longer in this race. My Joko also not in this title fight anymore. At this point, is Aikota currently down in 20th. That's why.
17 in the lead lap, and a few drivers at least one lap down. Already a few names out. Yomi just not been much of a good series for her. Sox drivers have been struggling, and woof, we see more incidents taking place, and yeah.
And speaking of which, we are just checking into.
That was bad. Go ahead.
So right now we're still seeing Lullaby now leading this race over Stimpak, who's running in second. And I do notice that Stimpak is the last driver in title contention, actually, because Mayfei's off. Mayfei's off the track.
Oh, but Azaria also out of the race.
Ooh, that's one tire gone, and yeah. Speaking of which, Lullaby.
Ooh. Triggerfish third. 3.5 minutes left.
It's all about survival here at this point. I really cannot count how many more drivers are left here in Portland, Oregon, running in this race. That is, as Lullaby continues to lead this race. Stimpak in second, trying to provide a lot of upsets, but for now she is in second, and it's not going to be enough for her to win the title. Ooh! Almost there.
Yeah, Triggerfish may be like 29 seconds behind Lullabelle, but she is currently in perhaps the best of positions to perhaps win CorpoCar West. Now to second as Stimpak crashes out.
All right, so we just want to check the replay before we can see here. I want to see what happened to Stimpak.
I think it's too late for that. It's well over 15 seconds.
Yeah, at least we get to see where she crashed, and she actually crashed at the exit of turn 2, exiting the second part of the chicane, and that's Lullaby actually going off as well.
Triggerfish second, and Kai just well outside where she needs to be, and Mayfei also out. There's another driver out of championship contention.
Oh, in the dying stages of the race as well. CorpoCar on ice. And Lullaby standing herself outside of the track, into a spin there, but manages to recover as Enya gets back onto the track. Fortunately, no incidents there as Lullaby continues to go ahead as usual. As it stands right now, we only have 2 laps to go.
Out. No! Oh, Triggerfish went a bit too wide there and loses a front wing. And now I'm confused on how the championship will pan out. With
we're looking at Snoozy Chew. Snoozy Chew. Don't forget Snoozy Chew running in 4th.
Snoozy Chew may have a chance at taking the title, unless she gets into an issue.
And right now, looking at the leader, Lullaby. Okay, there's a slight issue, but at least it's way better than usual because she's still racing on the track. Triggerfish now having to drift her way into the pit lane for repairs. Lullaby with no front wing will try to buff it out as we come across the white flag.
He is going to go into pit lane. Daisy has an intact car, so I suppose she'll stay out and meet the white flag. Trigger, I'm sure we'll have to go into pit lane, and Snoozy has an intact car.
We still have a few things left to settle before we finally conclude what has been a slippery and at the same time, Daisy being sent off into the track here as we now have Lullaby serving pit stop here. Triggerfish now continues on the final lap despite having no front wing.
Oh man, going full send, just staying out the rest of the way. Snoozy though is third. Snoozy is third.
If she gains even more positions, it will be very good for her because right now this is what she needs to do. She just needs to calm herself down. With Triggerfish currently in second place right now, it could be Triggerfish who could steal it all in the West Series.
And here comes Daisy DeLion. Yes, get yourself some ibuprofen or liquor. Yeah, your choice, according to Chrono. Yeah. Good lord. Daisy Dandelion will get the dub in Portland. And yeah, where's a good camera angle for her car? There it is. Come on. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's good enough. Triggerfish and Snoozy.
Could be a last lap pass.
Is Triggerfish staying out? No, she is going into pit lane and Snoozy staying out. And yeah, Triggerfish is done and Snoozy Chew will finish second. That might as well be a CorpoCar West title for Snoozy.
And this is dependent on who finishes third, fourth, and fifth. Because as it stands right now, I am just going to give you all a bit of a projection here. She has it at the moment here as we see Triggerfish still serving time in the pits. We will have to see where Triggerfish finishes. I think as it stands, Triggerfish will finish no lower than 7th. And if my math serves myself correctly, it won't be enough. Snoozy Chew might actually be the West Series champion.
And Kaisai Koda needing 9th or better, she is gonna finish 5th. Oh, it's close. It is close. Triggerfish gonna finish 7th. Math is hard, ladies and gentlemen. Tanya, 14th, at the moment, dropping to 15th. Well, I suppose she'll finish no lower than 17th. We'll keep an eye on how it goes.
Tanya was credited with 17th.
Yeah, it looks like she's gonna get 17th, and yeah, we'll keep an eye on these two, cause wow. Hello, Tanya, Poco, Are you done yet?
Well, it's gonna take some time here before they are gonna be finishing with their thing here, as Tanya, I believe, is gonna cross the line at this point.
In 16th. And we'll have a look at the math.
So, speaking of which, about Mayfei finishing in 25th. So yes, I have done the math. Snoozy Chew wins with 318 points despite not winning a single race.
Well,
over the likes of Tanya, who have won 2 races and was the favorite to win the title before it all unraveled in the Portland chicane. Yeah.
Well, so that happened. Somehow Snoozy Chew wins CorpoCar West.
Crazy stuff developing here. So, Dak, I would like you to record the other points finishers as we are just going to check the results of the cars.
Yeah, we are gonna make this official, just to confirm that Snoozy gets the West title.
So Daisy Dandelion gets the win. Snoozy Chew's second, who wins the West Series. Gorogami finishes third. Lullaby 4. Kaisai Koda 5th. Admiral Wyvenhard 6th. Triggerfish 7th. Yomi Quinley in her final race here in the West Series until next season 8th. Yena Youngblood 9th. Mogu Ghost 10th. Nova Alkami 11th with Serena Starstruck 12th. Landfilia 13th. Alien Mixture 14th. Mochi 15th. Shabotanya 16th. Poco Raccoon 17th. Coney Confetti 18th. Agri Verdis 19th. Mischief.eve 20th. Chikafuji Lisa 21st with Miwabel 22nd. Hani Hima 23rd. Yuri Riri 24th. Mayfei 25th, Stimpack 26th, and 27th onwards it will be Hayaragi Emery in 27th, Cersei Soulstorm 28th, Perry Winkle 29th, Sunny Explosion 30th, Azaria 31st with Enya Ignis 32nd, Blue Bale 33rd, Rina Lunette 34th, Mimi Mayoko in 35th, and Leia Asimov 36.
And we are going to lock in the points as they stand and also give a bonus point to Nova for pole. Just gonna find my points file. There it is, and that's gonna be 75 for Snoozy Chu right over here, so 75 right there, and that bonus point for Nova. Where is Nova? Nova is right here, so that's gonna make it 31 whole, and yeah, Snoozy Chu, despite not winning a race, wins CorpoCar West in unusual fashion. Sucks Agency went into CorpoCar West without having won a race, and Snoozy takes the West title.
Yeah, and speaking of which, I just want to remind you that we have a tiebreaker for the final spot in the West Series. Both drivers within the same amount of points, but I think we will have to decide by by race finish position. And Taiga Toragami is gonna beat Lalabelle Lullaby for the final spot in the West, for the final spot from the West Series to get into Worlds.
Yes, indeedy. So, Taiga making it in. Lullabelle unlucky. As we do a bit of housekeeping. So let's have a look at your top 22 as they stand. Top 22, these are the drivers going into the Worlds. And,
all right.
Yeah, hold on. Well, we need to verify something. Yes, okay. Good. And yeah, okay. Everyone has at least one representative in. And there it is, Snoozy Chu, 318 points. Tanya Fishing second, 306. Kai Sakota 298. Triggerfish 289. Mayfei 250. And Snoozy wins without having won a race. That is quite bizarre.
Mm-hmm. So, by the way, I just wanted to double check as well. Yeah, so these are the 22 cars that will make the field here. So, that being said, we are just going to finish off the West Series by saying what a race we have been seeing in the final two races. Not sure what will be the case. Not sure if it will be the case for the East Series, as we're now going to move over to Japan for the final rounds of the East Series.
And I think I cut off. I think I accidentally cut off. No. Yeah. Hold on. I need to do a correction. I need to do a bit of a correction. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I just need to fix. Something. Need to fix something. I thought I saw a bit of a mistake. Just wanted to make sure I got the top half of the table right. Yeah, Taiga is in, and the bottom half of the standings, and oh dear, time. Time is at a premium here. Just need to make sure I got the correct bottom half of the standings correct.
Yeah, so that should be the point standings here for those who have not made the cut. Lullaby being the first one out. But yeah, I am looking into Tokakun, who have not made the last 5 races. Arisa Nunish, who also didn't make the final 6 races of the season as well. Absolutely unlucky.
Yikes. So they're going to try again in season 8. Season. Anyway, we are going to take a break for a bit, and then we are going to head over to the East Series for the last 2 rounds and see what happens there. Congrats once
All
again
right,
to
so
Snoozy Chew for winning CorpoCar West and the 22 drivers in West that will compete in Worlds in June.
all right, so see you then for the E Series, and take care.
Bye. All right, if you think that the Portland race to end the West Series for Season 7 was crazy, wait till you see what's in store for Tokyo.
Ooh, yeah. So, anyways, we're dealing with this NFS type of track. It's honestly, it looks a lot like Mosport, and it looks mean that. But anyways, we are gonna head to Tokyo for the penultimate round of the E Series. Kiri Kilovolt will be the driver that I will be paying attention to. As we are changing the opponent lineup here, we will load this. We will load the circuit here. As again, we are hard pressed for time.
Look,
All right. So once we are finally able to get ourselves ready, we will hit the finish button to determine who makes the cut. And looking at the E Series here, Amoria still leading the field here. Kiri Kilovolt in second. Nothing separating between the two. And speaking of which, let's hit the finish button.
yes, just need to do some housekeeping. Daisy, Snoozy, Goro, top 3 in Portland, and let's go ahead and
Ooh.
let's go ahead and Pon.
Hit the finish. And it's going to be Yayuguri out, Icy Snowpaws out, Seira Chinen out, Yumi the Witch out, Komaria out, Chichino out, Krizeli out, Meta Osila Sita out, Stroni Cuddles. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Come on!
Oh man, the performer in the last season's Corpo Worlds, Alicia out, Hinori out, Imi Biso, who won in Sepang, while won in Sepang, and then the track gets immediately ready for the Zako series in Holo GT3, will be the one starting at the back of the field as Amoria, the championship leader, starts on pole.
So she does.
And anyways, as Dag, we will introduce the rest of the field. Pomapon will start alongside in second, Shitamu Omo in third, Urara Ai fourth, Mono in fifth, with Serenity Cosmica sixth, Maeve Morvera in seventh, Kiri Kilovolt, which our neck is longer, eighth, Terra 404 9th, and Dr. Nova in 10th. Komo Oboro 11th, Azusa Honami in 12th. Mukuro Owarino in 13th. 14th onwards, we will check the field here. Tomomi Toraya in 14th, DK Grace 15th, Rara Kora in 16th, Siu Aisaka 17th, Mercy Modista 18th, Liiko Layana in 19th, Minya Scott 20th, Mesmerizing 21st, Nana Kosuya 22nd, Serena Maiko in 23rd, Lumi Yukime in 24th, Kumanui Miel 25th, Tsukasa Ryogoku in 26th. 27, Azura Delay in 27, Roa Arctos 28th, Sarah Luceria 29th, Teringku 30th, Penelope Weisman 31st, Mivi Ivory in 32nd, Reina Ronronea in 33rd, RNK in 34th, Leora Walkyria 25th, and Imi Bisu rounding out the field in 36th.
And everyone is in and ready to go.
And let's hit the race button, Dag.
Crazy. Well, expected to be crazy race in Tokyo Circuit. That's why I had the damage set at only 25%. So let's see what could go wrong here.
So right now we still have the field ready to strike here. So anyways, let's hit the race button, see how it goes from here. Dag.
Off to go. I've already pressed the race button. Let's get into the action, I suppose. Yep, there it is. Here's what we've come to expect. And Monomone goes into the water.
I thought this was limited to Monaco. What is that we're seeing here? I mean, it's crazy enough racing in tracks as wacky as this, but to race in a literal dock with no usual FIA certification thing, that's just taking absolute levels of, well, I'm not going to say the word here, but again, Amoria now leads Pon in second, but at least we get a very picturesque scenery here in the Tokyo Bay.
I'm reminded of that race in which Delutaya scored her 5th IndyCar win a long time ago, and her very first non-oval win took place in the Nashville Street Circuit. And after her win, her car got bumped off the bridge and into the river. And yeah. So I'd imagine there's drivers. I'd imagine there's safety crew ready to fish those heavy cars off, just prevent the drivers from potentially drowning and stuff.
Unless they're a fish. But anyways, Amoria continues to lead the way here in the harbor of Tokyo. As you can see here, at least I can. To this track's defense, it's very well flowing. But if this is in a realistic setting, then good luck having this race pass FIA certification. But anyways, we still have T404 though against Ivory, trying to make her way past the field as Monet continues her free falling somersault into the void as she continues.
It's so bad that Mono will finish behind the placeholder. And Nova goes stuck. Let's see the replay, and yeah. Too late for that.
So right now, so speaking of which, where is Kiri Kilovolt in all this?
Where is Volti? Thanks for asking. 5th.
Well, she's doing a decent job though, staying where she is right now. But I am just going to point out one thing here. Yep. If Kiri Kilovolt can play her cards right, she can at least tank the damage that is going to be dished out from Amoria, who is going to be set to score 101 points if she stays where she is. If she does stay where she is in the lead.
And it's official, a DNF for Dr. Nova E.
Well, it happens to the best of us. But anyway, we still have a race to deal with 10 minutes to go of sorts. Well, 12 minutes to go. Oh, that's mesmerizing. And Moravin, and Morverin, Taringhu, and Terra 404.
404 racing line not found.
Yup, exactly.
Needs to press the F5 button to refresh her position, and she's disadvantaged in 33rd at the moment. And DK also, also somehow fell into the into the pool.
Yep,
Palma
and speaking of which,
has gained the lead from Amoria.
But not before Amoria takes it back, though.
Bounce back. This is a fast section of this track.
At least that's the defense that this track has. Imagine a real-life circuit with these types of characteristics, though. It will be very fun to race with on any car that's not an F1 car. Anyways, coming to this braking section here into this cambered hairpin, basically having some sort of like 10 degrees of sorts, so you can carry a lot of speed in the corner. And you can see how messy the start line is. Ooh, never mind. But anyways, we still have Kiri Kilovolt staying now in 4th place. Pon now in the lead as it stands. Palma Pon looking to revitalize her championship aspirations. Currently down, well, she doesn't have any championship aspirations anymore. But still, she is looking to grab something at least from this track.
Azura having to stop at pit lane for a bit. And Emmy gets stuck. Emmy gets stuck. Doesn't look like she'll be able to get out of this pickle.
Well, from being a hero in Sepang to whatever she's doing at the moment. But anyways, Palma Pon has done a very decent job, though. Currently only half a second away from Amoria. Oh, Omo in 2nd and 3rd.
Chitamo Omo 3rd. Palma bit behind Volti.
And speaking of which, Kiri Kilovolt probably needs to have more features. Oh, oh, that's Pariah in the racing line.
Yeah. Look at that. It's a big mess. We have ourselves heavy traffic jam, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
There's Weissman as well.
Minya Scott goes way out of line, and so expect a few more DNFs.
Delay. Oh, makes heavy contact with Morverin.
DNF for Emmy.
Oh no.
And Amoria just, oh god. Oh dear. Down to 5th she goes. Or 4th, or come on.
Speaking of which, look at Amoria right now. I think she might have been overtaken, but I don't think that's the case. Kiri Kilovolt now stays up in 4th place. Yeah. So running out of. Oh, she's leading.
Yes.
Whoa. Oh, anyways, we are now coming into 8 minutes to go in this race. Still lots to play for as Pomipon currently stays where she is in 2nd. But meanwhile, man, this track is absolutely giving me vibes here. Vibes I haven't seen on any other circuit. But anyways, mesmerizing.
Volti went upside
down. And
who? Volti went upside down. What just happened?
Looks like he got hit by, of course.
Oh, it's that messy start-finish. Yeah, this cars bumping into each other. Yeah, again. Yeah. Oh, so down to 9th she goes. Amoria regains the lead.
And speaking of which, I do want to point out one thing here, actually. I mean, Portland is messy because the track is essentially on ice. The track grip levels are essentially on ice, and this one is essentially a harbor section turned into a race track. And the lines here are very iffy. And Kiri Kilovolt just showed us what happens when you mess up your lines.
No! Oh.
There goes the championship leader. At least she will bring home a single point.
But there goes her race.
Speaking of which, we now have Omo now leading the way here with 6 minutes to go. I don't know how much longer I can handle this because this is just crazy. You think your mind is currently being filled with whatever this is. My mind is currently on the brink. But anyways, we still have Obo Road now coming up.
Yes, Oboro passed by a fellow Specialty JP member to take the lead here.
Well,
Top three in Tokyo are all Specialty JP members.
Well, what a win at home, and a very interesting track to win at, especially. I mean, if you want to think about races in Japan.
Go ahead.
Ooh, wow. Speaking of 5 Specialized JP cars inside the top 10, you will absolutely enjoy seeing this if you're a Specialized fan. But anywho, there are lots of tracks still within a few, within 100 miles from Tokyo. Of course, we can talk about Motegi, Fuji, and Tsukuba. So these are the suggested tracks that we can go to in the future.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, Motegi though, Motegi is a very interesting track I would like to think of. I mean, you can race on both configurations too. You can race on the road course and you can also race on the oval. So absolutely a great amount of utility when you think about Motegi. A few things to consider in the future.
Yes, I'll think about that when I think of tracks to choose for Season 8.
But anyways, we still have we still have a few battles that have not been resolved just yet. Omo, meanwhile, looking into Oborosa's gap, looking to find a way past. And looking at the amount of incidents here, Amoria is going to be listed as a D and F of sorts. Speaking of which, where is Kiri Kilovolt in all this? Because she is currently the one running in second, and she isn't currently running in 6th.
Just lucky to still be in the race despite the blooper.
Anyways, Volti now continuing to charge her way on that car number 12 despite having some damage to the rear wing, as I am technically observing. But anyways, we still have 4 minutes to go in this race, and right now we still have Oboro still in command of this race, but not before Omo might think of a move down the inside sometime later in this race. Dad or someone goes off the track because they've hit the wall on the outside after the first few corners.
It's one of those rounds. Yeah. Luckily, well, at least this is a lower tier race. Reserve the crazier tracks for lower tier races. And in Worlds, we want to use the better tracks, the more top class tracks where there's less attrition.
So anyways,
less opportunity for chaos, like we saw in Portland, and what we're seeing here. 3 minutes left to go. I feel like this race has gone on for much longer.
Yeah, because there's just so much incidents and so much to actually report. You can't even keep up. But anyways, just checking on something at the moment here. We have about, I can't tell, but I think at least a quarter of the field have already retired. I mean, speaking of which, I believe Taringu is still in this race.
He is.
So, Taringu currently not having a great race at the moment, but she is doing very well to at least salvage a few points. Anyways, Omo isn't as close as we thought she would be, trying to challenge Oboro for the race lead. But again, as I mentioned, anything can happen in these types of races. I mean, someone could send it into the outside wall and get themselves teleported into the waters.
You never know what will happen. These are going to be 2 rather long minutes for the remaining drivers in this race to try to endure.
And as it stands right now, I will predict that we are now currently at 2.5 laps to go, or if not, to 1.5 laps to go. Because right now we now have Owarino watching T404 and Cosmica on their own battle. Can't tell if they're on the lead lap or if they even share the same lap.
So it should be
Ooh.
two to go here. It's still 1, 2, 3 for Specialty. For crying out loud!
Wiseman not being wise there in trying to get herself out of the those concrete barriers there. Anyways, we are just checking into the final minute of this session here. We are gonna go for the final lap here after they've crossed the line.
We're gonna have the white flag next time by, which might as well be a surrender flag for all we know.
And speaking of which, Omo though trying to challenge Oboro this time, but Omo gets hit by Owarino for good measure on to the final lap as we go.
Would be great to see a Specialty JP member win in Japan. Of course, 2 Japan races. This one, which we're about to conclude in just a few seconds, and also in Suzuka to wrap up CorpoCar East.
And to essentially wrap up the entire qualifying phase.
But
anyways, Oboro has.
Moment.
But she might give a few positions though. Watch out for Oboro though. She's done a very good job though to stay where she is at the moment. Dag as she crosses the line.
And just a few turns left. Another crazy race will come to a conclusion as Azura crashes, and yeah, that's gonna be it. Koma Oboro wins in Tokyo. Congratulations! Shichabu Omo and Mukuro Orino finished third. It's a clean sweep of the podium for Specialty JP in Tokyo.
And for each gen too, each gen gets a representation on the podium. And you know who's the biggest winner in all this? 3 kilovolt. The Volti finishes 6th, and she will take the championship lead.
This is what you love to see if you're a big fan of Volti right there. As cars hop up and down, knowing that the race has come to its natural conclusion, with a couple more cars just taking a dip in the water to cool themselves down, because, yeah, things were really heated up here.
So we are just checking out the finishers of this race tag as we're going to basically review the field here. Koma Oboro wins what has been another chaotic race here in Tokyo Circuit. Chichamu Omo in 2nd, Mukuro Owarino in 3rd, and Mercy Modiste gets out of the cut line and gets herself in a safe position in 4th. And Azusa Honami 5th, Kiri Kilovolt 6th, Roa Arctos in 7th, Mivi Ivory in 8th, Bar and Custard in 9th, and Serena Maiko in 10th, Leora Walkyria in 11th, Reina Rononea in 12th, Laiko Liana in 13th, Skata Ryogoku in 14th, Lumiyuki May 15th, Sarah Loseria at 16th, Maeve Morver in 17th. That's I believe the last driver on the lead lap. Serenity Cosmica, Terra 404, and Taringu are the drivers to finish a lap down. Kumanui Miel will be the one who starts off with the 2 laps down thing. Penelope Wiseman and Azura Delay, 22nd and 23rd. Nana Kozia, first driver, 4 laps down in 24th. Siu Atai got 5th at 25th. Urara I 26th. Urara Rokora 27th. Amoria, who needed this win, will finish 28th and will surrender the lead to Kiri Kilovolts. Mesmerizing 29th. Komapon 30th. Tomomi Toraya 31st, Minya Scott 32nd, Imi Biso 33rd, DK Grace 24th, and then Dr. Nova E in 35th, and Mona Monet actually finishes 36th because for some reason she finishes in 37th.
Yeah, we are going to credit Mona with a 36th place finish because the placeholder is just there to allow for an all CPU race. Let us go ahead and lock in the points, and also just at least give Amoria a point for pole. Where did Koma start this race? Koma started off 11th.
So I am just gonna try to push as much as I can. But anyways, we do have our results coming in. Roa Arctos I believe has edge ahead against her fellow teammate, who is well, not exactly teammate, but she is tied, and the tiebreaker has been broken. And we still are just going to credit Amoria with an extra point. But yeah, Kiri Kilovolt now takes the championship lead. Amoria now behind by 19 points. Roa Arctos stays in third with 27 points behind. Shitamo Omo fourth and Mesmerizing in fifth, 248, 241 respectively. And as it stands right now, Poma Ponce, Johnny Cuddles, and Penelope Wiseman are now out of contention for qualifying for for the World Series.
Yes, yes, unfortunately, for them, it's neat. Yeah, we're gonna see how it is with these points, and oh dear. Also, yeah, quite a few names here to look into as we head to Suzuka. Kiri Kilovolt with you for Amoria, just 19 behind, so 16th or 17th from pole will do for her. Roa is 27 behind, so 12th or 13th from pole. Chitamu 56 behind, so needs third or better. Misma is 63 behind, so needs second or better. Kuminori Meal 232.72 behind, again second or better. Tomomi is 80 behind, must win. And Reina also 80.
Also in the must win.
Also 80 must win. Rara 98 behind must win, and that's basically it. Just 9 drivers have a shot to win the title. But we are going to take a break, and then we will head over to Suzuka to wrap up CorpoCar East, determine the winner, and see who will advance to the Worlds. Oh, by the way, Volti, Amoria, and Roa are all locked in to Worlds, so good job to these 3. And I think Chitamu Omo as well.
Yeah, Chitamo Omo will be in a realistic, if not guaranteed, position because she has 100 points. All she needs is a pole position to finally confirm her place in the World Series as we cross into Suzuka. And here comes this part because right now we are 18 minutes away from the Saudi Grand Prix in Formula One. So I will still stick by for the finale at Suzuka, but right now let's take a long break. Let's take a pretty quick break as we are now going to get ourselves ready for the Suzuka race. So stay tuned, everyone. Take care.
Yes, see you all in a bit. And here we are. Let's go over to Suzuka Circuits. As I look up at my Wikipedia page, 18 turns, 5.807 kilometer, 3.608 mile. And where is it? Suzuka, right over there. And usual settings up, back to 100% damage, because why not? Load.
All right, let's hit the load button, and just want to remind everyone that Kiri Kilovolt, our favorite giraffe from Globy, has currently guaranteed to qualify here in Suzuka. So let's see how it goes from here. Dag, let's hit the finish button.
Yeah, let's not go with this grid because for obvious reasons. And let's try that again. And no.
Ouch.
Gusto, please. Gusto, please.
Here comes the gusto.
Yeah. Okay. And let's see. Maybe is not even close to title contentions. So. No Mivi, Nova,
No Nanakosia. Pomapon, also DNQs. Taring Q looks like he's not going to DNQ. Kasaryogaku also DNQs. DK Graves, RNK also doesn't qualify. Ko Seira Chinen, Ko Maria, Reina Ronronea, and Hinori Natsukawa's seasons are now over.
Excuse me. Tsukasa, DK, Rhubarb, Sarah, Ko Maria. Again, Mrs. Out Reina will not win the East title. And Hinori. And that just leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars left to contend to the title. Just great. Yeah, more shuffling we need to do between title contenders.
All right, so let's take a look at Tomomi Toraya, who we will congratulate her for her pole position efforts. And with her alongside her is Alicia Delantano in second, Maeve Morvera in third, Lumi Yukime fourth, Azura Delay in fifth, Cera Loseria sixth, Roa Arctos seventh, Amoria eighth, Mercy Modista ninth, Chitamu Omo 10th, Urara Ai 11th, Zali Zuimu in 12th, Rem Kanashibari in 13th place. As we scroll down to the rest of the grid. 14th, mesmerizing with our leader, Kiri Kilovolt, in 15th place. Stroni Cuddles finally makes a start for once, but her seasons are essentially been run. Penelope Wiseman as well, 17th. Serenity Cosmica, 18th. Yayu Giri, 19th. Yumi Biseo, 20th. Siu Aisaka, 21st. With Kuma Nui Miel, 22nd. Terra 44, 23rd. Koma Oboro, 24th. Azusa Honami, 25th. Mona Monet in 26th. And looking at the rest of the field, Icy Snowpaw 27th, Rara Rokora 28th, Chichino Katarina in 29th, Yumi the Witch is 30th, Minya Scott, Leora Walkiria 31st and 32nd, Mita Osita in 33rd with Leiko Liana 34th, Serena Maiko in 35th, and Mukuro Owarino finishes, we'll start in 36.
Having a look at the names that are in, I've already marked down Kiri, Amoria, and Tomomi. Okay, Roa. Where is Roa? Starting off 7th. Roa is starting off 7th. Chitamu is 10th. Chitamu is 10th. Mizma is 14th. Wow, that's a lot of starters packed close together. Miel will start off 22nd. Miel 22nd. Yeah, Tomomi needing to win, starting off from pole. So that's so now she's 79 behind Volti. And Rara will start off in 28th, and we should be set to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers in, and let's get right to it. Last race here, taking place in Suzuka. Let's get right to it.
Let's hit the race button. Can't wait to see how it looks from here.
Yeah, just need to make sure all the lights go off, but But we are going ahead now. Final race of CorpoCar East in Season 7. Good start by Tomomi, who needs to win.
And Tomomi Toraya having a very, very calm first sector here. Man, that's a very quick run though, in the S's though. I don't remember anyone going, even in F Hollow, going this fast in the S's. Especially if we look at Tomomi Toraya. But anywho, we still have Toraya now absolutely racing away in the Deckners. As you can see here, Luceria now trying to chase Roa Arctos, doing a very good job though on taking her claim into her bid for the title.
Remember, Amoria needs 16th or better, Roa 12th or better, Chitamu 3rd or better, Mizma 2nd or better, Kuminoi Miel 2nd or better, Tomomi and Rawa must win out. Let's have a look at Volti. Where is Volti? In 18th.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, Kiri Kilovolt actually doing a pretty decent job though to climb herself back up to the field as they now exit Spoon. We now get to see Rem Kanashibari though on a side-by-side battle with, I believe, Yugiri.
2 BNU members against each other, as Yugiri, who won in Bahrain, finds herself ahead. Oh, there comes some cars going around, and someone may have lost a wing. Oh, careful there. Meanwhile, we have Tomomi leading the way after this first lap. Tomomi, Sarah, Luceria, and Roa Arctos, the top 3.
And right now, looking into Toraya, though, her gap has now opened up to 1.6 seconds, now 2.3 seconds. She's absolutely very comfortable at the SS and the Dunlop, though. But right now, we are checking into the live gaps here. It's now at over 2.5 seconds, I believe. So Luceria has done a very decent job where she is right now.
There's Amoria. Just with the widest position, widest margin for error she needs to win a second CorpoCar East championship. Currently in 8th when she needs 16th or better.
So, anyways, I just wanted to remind everyone of a few things here. Tomomi Toraya now having a gap over 3 seconds, I believe, and now it's dropped down to 1.6 seconds. And right now, if I were you, I'd be absolutely looking at Roa Arctos' 3rd place and say, man, she now has a realistic chance to win the title if she stays where she is. Because right now, looking at Kiri Kilovolt, who is still trying to dice her way in the midfield. And if you want to know where she is currently in 18th. Not having quite the thing is, but she is going to try to have a look around the outside at the first corners.
Improves the spot, goes past Meal. Know where she needs to be to perhaps win it all. Rara, let's have a look at her. 23rd. Also too far from her where she needs to be. See you in pit lane. But we see you in pit lane, and oh god.
Oh man. Anyways, we are checking into more battles here. I believe Owarino is looking at the witch. Not that witch. And now she gets a jump scare by Valkyria at the second part of Deckner. Still a lot of great racing action though in the mid-pack. And speaking of racing action here, Sarah Luceria now is in the lead of the race.
Oh man.
Beats Toraya.
Tomomi must be frustrated about that. Roa looking pretty good here. Might have a chance to win the East title without having won a race. Like what we saw with Snoozy True in West.
Speaking of which, Dalontano and Omo now trying to provide some challenge to the drivers in front, Emiwa Tomoe. Oh, and being sent there out wide, Delantano, and almost tried to stick around, trying to be very aggressive to Roa Arctos, but Roa tries her best to stay where she is right now, and that's Delantano with no rear wing. Oof.
Ah, man. Already a big hit by Alicia de Lontano, who won at Bathurst, I believe? I think she won at Bathurst.
Man, that is some interesting pronunciation of Bathurst. But anyways, if you look at round 4, the winner from Bathurst is actually Alicia de Lontano, where she won from pole position. But anyways, we are going to look into some decent position gains from Kiri Kilovo, who's now up into 13th place. And speaking of which, where is the other title contender? Looking at Roa Arctos.
Oh no, Amoria. That is going to put a damper in her chances of potentially earning that second bronze star.
Meanwhile, Luceria and Toraya now trying to spar between each other. It's not even a sparring at this point. This is a competitive run for the title. Toraya against Luceria. It's now or never. It's do or die though for either of these two drivers to either attack or defend. Whoever gets first wins this race. I mean, I'm being Captain Obvious here. I'm being Will Buxton. And speaking of which, Roa Arctos staying in third as it stands. Will be just barely enough for her to take the title, but remember, with Kiri Kilovolt in 13th, it's gonna be in the way of Roa Arctos for her to win the title.
Kiri Kilovolt improving a couple spots, in fact, up to 11th.
Okay, I will be in the assumption that Kiri Kilovolt will be finishing in 9th, and if Roa Arctos stays in 3rd, Kiri Kilovolt is in 9th, then it will still go to Roa Arctos, but the difference between Roa and Kiri will only be a single point. So at this point, Kiri Kilovolt needs 8th place or higher.
Scrolling back up here to Roa.
Oh, and by the way, if you want to know what's happening around the grounds here, Formula One's Saudi Grand Prix is about to start in the next few minutes. Their drivers are about to get into the formation lap. And right now we still have Roa Arctos still in command in 3rd place, losing out to the top 2 drivers who are in a league of their own though, Luceria and Toraya.
It's been a back and forth battle between the carbuncle and what animal Tomomi is?
I believe it's a tiger.
Tiger?
It's in the name, Tora. Tora kind of means tiger in Japanese, but she may look differently, but we'll check on that later. But yeah.
Yeah, I've read from a tweet from Sarah herself that she is not a bunny rabbit.
So anyways, we do have no DNFers in this race despite Maiko, Aisaka, ADL, and Meta Osita essentially going 1 lap down. But anywho, we are just going to be checking on the rest of the field here. Kiri Kilovolt now in 10th. It's not going to be enough for her. She needs 8th or better if she wants to win the title, given that her rival is in 3rd.
Roa still maintaining a pretty darn good position. Trying to continue V&U dominance. Where Amoria might as well has a large chance at not doing so, considering her position.
Right. So we are just gonna check here on Kiri Kilovolt, because that's where we need to see, because this could be the decision. This could decide whether or not the title will go to her or Roa Arctos, as she now goes down the inside to go against Mercy Modiste.
Almost passed by the VLR member, and here she is charging up into P9.
One more position, and the title is going to be hers, assuming Roa Arctos stays in third.
As it stands, Yagiri is a little over a couple seconds ahead of Volti.
Well, I do believe in Volti's potential, though. She has been electric fast. Remember where she started.
Yeah, wow, Volti started from 15th, improving 6 positions, just trying to close the gap between herself and the V4 Mirai member.
And speaking of which, we might be seeing is that Glock moment from Kiri Kilovolt.
It's full send for the dedicated race car driver here. Already locked a spot into Worlds. Maybe she wants to go for an East title here. Tomomi.
And here Tomomi Toraya and Luceria on a battle of back and forth between the two. And speaking of which, also Kiri Kilovolt is all getting very close.
Oh, Roa!
Roa Arctos!
Oh, that's a bit dangerous for her.
And watch out though for
Lumi Yukime.
And if Yukime does pass Roa Arctos, it's gonna go to Kiri Kilovolt.
Lumi Yukime tried to go past Roa. Roa pushes ahead. Lumi rubber bands back and now sticks to third. Volti now in 8th. Volti passes Yayagiri.
And this means one thing, it's now gone in the hands of Kiri Kilovolt there. And speaking of which, I do have some errands that I need to check a bit. I will defend myself for the next 2 minutes. So, excuse me while I'll be off from commentary for a while. That I'll let you fill in for the next 2 minutes.
Yes. Take your time. Got a lot of action to worry about. Oh man. Roa being a bit disadvantaged here. Tomomi in the lead, but might not be enough considering Roa's position and especially Volti's position. 2.5 minutes left. Times going on 134, 135, 136. So it should be 2 laps to go. Yeah, start-finish line is right behind the line behind the lights. We are in for something big to potentially wrap up CorpoCar East. Astrani screws up. Drops to 10th. Volti will say thank you very much, improving to 7th. Well, probably would have hoped that it was Lumi or Tomomi or Sarah who may have bloopered. Yay! Let's improve a position as we come down to the final minute here.
Ooh. Anyways, I'm back. So anyways, just wanted to check here. Toraya now having a decent lead though over Luceria. Looks like the race is done from there, but unless Luceria has any response, Kiri Kilovolt now up in 7th. It's going to be her getting the East Championship unless there's anything, unless there are any other drivers who will have to say anything about it. White flag coming up.
Here comes Tomomi Toraya to meet the white flag here in Suzuka. 1 lap left to go in East. 1 lap left to go in Suzuka.
And it's going to be a decorative win for Tomomi Toraya, of course. But now with Roa Arctos down in 4th place, Kiri Kilovolt in 7th place, it is now Kiri Kilovolt's race and championship to lose here.
Needs to outlast the field behind her for this last lap of action. Kuroa still too far behind Lumi. Yeah, Tomomi needing to win to have a shot at the title, but of course you know how it is with Volti doing really strong from a start of 15th, improving 8 positions to get where she needs to be.
My driver today, my driver of the race, essentially here in Suzuka, Kiri Kilovolt. She has absolutely dedicated restart driver herself, and as a VTuber with a really long neck as a giraffe of sorts. But anyways, we still have Tomomi Toraya that we need to welcome.
Tomomi did all she could just to have a shot winning the title, just a few turns away. As Amoria spins again. Oh man! Here comes Sarah Luceria at the line. What a pass for the win for Sarah Luceria. Tomomi distracted right there by Amoria's spin out. Tomomi finishes second. Roa will take third. Kiri Kilovolt coming to the line, finishing seventh. We'll confirm the points to make sure. I think Volti will win the East Series title for Season 7.
And based on my calculations, she does. Amoria out of the points. Tamo Omo out of the question. Mesmerizing and Tomomi Miel also out of the question as well. Tomomi Toraya, even though she wins this race, I don't think she has done enough to dislodge Kiri Kilovolt. And yes, I've done my calculations. Kiri Kilovolt, as it stands, is your E-Series champion.
Yes, we'll make it official once we put in the points. It looks like the title will go to Volti. We're just gonna wait for Chitamu and Mukuro to both finish their race, and then we will lock in the points here.
Yeah. So anyways, Dag, it is already 1 a.m. in the morning here, and I do have a few more classes coming up. So again, I'd like to thank you, Dag, and everyone here in the VTRP for allowing me to be in the commentary booth with you. It's been an intense 4 races that we've had, but I'll need to bail because I'll need to prepare for tomorrow's classes. So again, thank you, Dag, and we'll see you in the next stream.
Yes, have a good night. Have a good night, Adak. Alright. Is Mukuro done? Just... Man, it's been a long lap for Mukuro. Yeah, we are going to fast forward to finish. Let her finish, and there is Volti. We'll make it official. Sarah, Tomomi, Roa, Maeve, Urara, Lumi, Kiri Kilovolt, Yay, Azura, Strani, Koma, Rem, Serenity. Alright, Misma, I see, Penelope, Mono, Leora, Zelly, Azusa, Chichino, Minya, Emi, Leko, Yumi, Chitamu, Mukuro, Amoria, Kumanui Miel, Serena, Rara, Siu, 404 points not found, Mita, Alicia, and finally Mercy. And that's all from here. And that's 36 drivers and bonus point for Tomomi. Not that would matter much. And And congratulations, it's official. Kira Kilovolt wins the East Series title. And what a performance she has had. Winner at Ansan and second place in Bathurst, and strong performances to get her to winning the East Series title for Globey. And she is gonna enter the CorpoCar World Series roster in June. Yeah, she should be able to enter Worlds in June, as we will confirm the top 22 who will make it in. I didn't want to do that. It's just want to make sure I get the names right. All right, and there are 22 names that will come in. So let us have a look here. Yes, we can confirm Kiri Kilovolt wins CorpoCar East Season 7 by 5 points over Roa Arctos. Tomomi will finish third with 300, so Volti 342, Roa 337, Tomomi 300, Amoria. Just not a good last two races of East. Will finish fourth, 288. Misma ran out the top 5 with 265. And Minia Scott barely making the roster. Sarah Sheenan by 1 point will not make the roster. Alicia Dalontano, despite her win in Bathurst, will miss out on the roster, as we shall confirm the bottom part of the standings. Yeah. And those are the drivers who sadly will miss out on the cut. Quite a few names that did not qualify for the last few rounds. So DK, unlucky for her, failed to score in the last 4 rounds and will not make Worlds. Brutal, that is. So, once again, a rundown of the top 22 in West. So, Snoozy, Tanya, Kai, Trigger, Mayfei, Daisy, Mamie, Coney, Goro, Rena, Irie, Mia, Stempak, Hysteria, Poco, Admira, Tomoe, Eliza, Leah, Perry, Nova, Taiga, and we have Volti, Roa, Tomomi, Amoria, Misma, Chitamu, Kumanoi, Miel, Reina, Sarah, Rara, Lumi, Mivi, Imi, Ye, Rem, Terra, Tering, Koma, Azusa, Mercy, Maeve, and Minya. They are your drivers who will enter CorpoCar World Series Season 7 in June, along with Nikki Ray, Akugaki Koa, Ruby Runehart, Kirispika, Yorikago Kokone, Alias Anono, Utahime Mochizuki, Plane Hoshikuzu, Bonnie Barkswell, and Shibi Cotton Bum. Okay. So the next stream will be on Friday night, round 4 of the Stars Touring Car Championship, which will take place in Silverstone. And that's coming up on Friday night. The next day, it's going to be a very emotional one, as we will have rounds 7 and taking place at Spielberg in Silverstone, and we say goodbye to Murasaki Shion, Nanashi Mume, and Gagura, as they'll be graduating pretty soon. Shion and Mume in less than a week in Gagura on May 1st. And the next series coming up, and it's a big one, we have the IndyCar 16th Series, which will commence on May 2nd with races at Michigan and St. Petersburg. We'll have the Indy 500 quals on May 4th, the day after the 2025 Talent Freedom 100 with the Indy Lights drivers. And then the Indy 500 will take place on May 11th, and that's going to be a big series. Big races coming up on the VTR channel. So, I guess that will do it. Congratulations to Snoozy Chu for winning CorpoCar West Series, and Kiri Kilovolt for winning the CorpoCar East Series, and the 44 drivers that will join the 10 already in Worlds. 54 drivers making it into the roster for CorpoCar World Series Season 7 coming up in June. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to races these past couple weekends, and hope to see you for another exciting Formula Hollow and STCC Race Week, starting on Friday night with the Stars race in Silverstone, and Formula Hollow at Spielberg in Silverstone on Saturday. Have a wonderful Easter if you celebrate, and have a great week ahead, and we'll see you on Friday night for the next BTRP stream. Take care, everyone, and see y'all later. Otto Dag.